Hello everybody, this is the first video for the Keto Crunch Club. Let's get right to it. First of all, you have to have a philosophy, otherwise everything falls apart. The philosophy is going to be the base, the foundation of where we want to grow and the new heights we want to reach. So for the Keto Crunch Club, our philosophy is realizing that inflammation and lack of oxygen invite disease. All disease. It doesn't matter what we name it or how it's diagnosed or the characteristics of it. We don't want inflammation and we want plenty of oxygen in the body. So an anti-inflammatory pro-oxygen lifestyle supports the natural processes of the body to maintain homeostasis and vibrant healing. So everything we focus on in the Keto Crunch Club is to keep that inflammation down and help that oxygen stay high. The mission of our group is to support each other so that we can help each other attain better health. How are we going to do that? Well, we have our get-togethers here at the office. We can do a lot on the internet, so email is available. You can email me, you can email each other. Facebook is another opportunity because there is a Facebook group called the Keto Crunch Club of Auburn, New York. I think it's just Keto Crunch Club, Auburn, New York. So look that up. Not everybody's on Facebook, so you can email, and we can get together. We need to hang, so to speak, because you want to be with like-minded people who will support you through your goals, because sometimes other people don't understand, they don't get it, and it's a little bit of a struggle trying to share with them. So you want to hang together, you want to work out together, and you want to eat out together, definitely, because you don't want to be around tempting foods that are not going to give you oxygen and are going to cause too much inflammation. So that is how we're going to do it. So let's keep in touch. And you can send me your questions and you can get to know each other, the folks who are in the group. So the next part of the video is I want to talk about Dr. Schmidt and Dr. Shang. Who are they? Because I have two tenets for the Keto Crunch Club. Keep it simple, KISS. The two things we're going to concentrate on. One, the ketogenic diet. And number two, the first program, which is a resistance exercise program developed by Dr. Shang. So let me talk about the keto side of our club. Dr. Darren Schmidt has a practice in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The best way to focus on the keto diet is to look at his videos on YouTube. He has a plethora of information to help you get started. And I was honed into him for one particular reason, that he talks about the math of the ketogenic diet and why it's different from just a low-carb diet. So I will talk about that. Take notes in this video, write down your questions. You can hit the pause button, you can replay things. That's the beauty of having a video. So Darren Schmidt, look him up on YouTube, and that's your homework assignment. Do that on your own independently and listen to what he has to say. I'm going to go into it pretty soon in more videos and in our club meetings. Now, who is Dr. Shang? He's actually a local medical doctor who gave a very good presentation. He got me interested in realizing the benefits of resistance exercise and the science side of it, because we know it's important. We know the exercise is very good for your body, but he delves into the medical, physiological science side of resistance training, and he gave a wonderful talk, and he has a book called Fighting Insulin Resistance with Strength Training, and it spells first, F-I-R-S-T. So get this book. It is on Kindle. You can buy the paperback version, and he's available locally to talk to. He is a fan of community exercise programs because that's how you can have the most success within your community with other people. Here's what he's focusing on. There are two types of muscle fibers, and there's one certain type, I'm not going to give it away, you've got to look at the book and and pursue this with the club. But there are muscle fibers that when they are stimulated with exercise, they will reduce insulin resistance. And when your insulin is low, your inflammation is low, and you can have better health. And so the exercise portion, if you do the proper resistance exercises, will give you a lot of benefit. So keep those two doctors in mind, Dr. Schmidt and Dr. Shang, and we'll go over them more in our future meetings so you can add more knowledge to your knowledge base. So the keto ratio I want to focus on, because people want to know, well, what do I eat? How much do I eat? And if you are just guessing, you're not going to find the results you're looking for. So let me get my little keto. There are ratios. There's a 1-to-1 ratio, a 2-to-1 ratio, 3-to-1 ratio, a 4-to-1 ratio. I'm going to focus on 1-to-1 and 2-to-1, and because the scientific studies have shown that more fat, less protein, and less carbs will give you ultimate healing. You will have better oxygen flowing in your blood, and you'll have less inflammation. So the numbers are important. So the keto ratio I want to start with is the 1-to-1. 1-to-1 meaning the same amount of fat as carbs and protein combined. That's the critical thing here. You combine your carb count with your protein count. So if you're going to be 1-to-1 with your keto ratio, that means if you eat 100 grams of fat, you also eat 100 grams of protein and carbs combined. So, for example, you have 40 grams of carbs and 60 grams of protein, and that's your 100. Let me go up a little bit more. 2-to-1, I've been experimenting with 2-to-1 because it's fairly easy to do 1-to-1 in my practice, myself personally. 2-to-1, you have double the fat. So if you're having 200 grams of fat, you have 100 grams of carbs and protein. So this is just a quick rundown on how to really look at the numbers. I'll go into more detail in the next meetings about what kind of foods can add up to 200 grams and 100. These are just easy numbers to do the math. You eat more than that in a day, and this is a good starting point. Why? Because you have to know where you're at. Otherwise, 1, you're going to be frustrated, and 2, you want to have accuracy. You don't want to be shooting darts in the dark. Not what we want to do. So, and the best way to keep track of your 1-to-1 and 2-to-1 ratios is to go to chronometer.com. There's an app. You can do it on your phone, and you can do it on the internet. I do both because it just depends where I'm at. You can figure out if you're eating a 2-to-1 or to 1-to-1 keto diet, and you can keep track. You can keep track every day. You can make comparisons. You can look back at previous dates. You can see where you're successful. You can see where you feel more tempted to get off track. And the chronometer.com website is very excellent. It also does a breakdown of the nutrition in your food. So check that out on the internet. And I'm going to wrap up for now because I'm going to wait for your questions and your discussions, and we will focus on what we will talk about at our next meeting. So write down your ideas, write down your questions, set goals for yourself. How do you want to move forward? How do you want to keep the inflammation out of your body so you have room for lots of oxygen? And we can talk about what can be inflaming. What things in your lifestyle inflame you and block out oxygen? Because that is how we can prevent disease. And the best way to do it is to keep close track and get into a really good habit of maintaining that. Write down your questions, and I'll see you at the next meeting. Look for the updates on the Facebook page. Thank you.